Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I Heart Aries. My name is Chelsea, and this is the channel where we do all Aries readings. And just want to wish everyone a happy Hoodat. Good morning and a good week. So let me just take a look here and find the live. Let's see here if it's popping up yet. Takes a little second here before you guys get the notification. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Let's look here with the African Goddess Rising Oracle. So I have messages, I have emails. I was kind of offline this week celebrating my sister's birthday. I surprised her on Friday with a visit for her birthday. I didn't want to speak too much on it just in case somebody was watching. You know, the ops are always watching. And they just ruined the surprise for her. She says she knew because I wasn't posting. Girl, bye. You didn't know. Everybody always liked to know. Everybody always liked to say they knew that a surprise is happening, but they don't call you out on it. But anyways, good morning, everyone. Again, who dat? Okay, because we know we always gonna talk our shit until we not. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull 3 cards here. I will be answering emails, text messages, sending out videos, things like that I have today. So please just give me a little time. We got home. I don't know how to call you back, girl. We got home late last night. So, this came out. Got home late last night. I'm still a little tired, so I'm just getting rolling. So please be patient. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty. Holy Spirit, Spirits, and Angels, please allow me to give a clear message here for the Aries Collective. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Show us the energy here for today for Aries. Tomorrow, lunar eclipse in Pisces brings the end of a cycle here. Coming in. Ooh, okay. We have Queen Nefertiti, alchemy. I have some things I want to share with you guys. But I'm not going to be able to do it on this live because this is going to be a quicker live. I have to go get my other children, my pups, from their second mama. This weekend was supposed to be a very beautiful transit in astrology. So good feelings, good vibes. Let me know how this weekend was for you guys. How did you feel that? I felt it. It was pretty nice. Did you feel good this weekend? Did things work out for you? Was it just an overall good feeling? Good energy. I have to look down kind of at the chat because I don't. Good morning, everyone. The chat again is not working on YouTube. So let's take a look here. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. 4 of Spring, 4 of Wands. Energy, very beautiful. We have renewal. I have a book I want to share with you guys. I won't be able to do it today, at least not on this video. I might do it on the weekly that's going to come up later. And we have the Strength. 4 of Wands, celebrations, happiness, stability, joy. It says, be grateful. You have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness. A contented personal life. You also have renewal. And this is the Judgment card. And it says, review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. And then you have the Strength card. Leo energy, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. The power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. All right. So the card that came out was Queen Nefertiti, and this is alchemy. I love this. I love this because these 3 cards here talk about, this is the kind of the energy of living in the yin. Okay. Exactly one of the books that I wanted to talk to you about. But I wanted to talk to you about it more in length. But the book is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Now, this is like my 4th time reading this book. And every time I read it, I get something else out of it. Not just something else, I get huge chunks out of it. Um, and it pretty much just goes over and over and over again, all the ways to different to manifest. And it's really the same thing every single time, no matter how you want to do it, however you want to look at it. You can saturate your mind with affirmations until you feel the thing. You can visualize, right? And you can visualize, what you want in the end result and allow it to happen, but the beautiful part about that book, and everybody, when we talk about manifestation books, one of the top ones that I always see people, their number one is like Think and Grow Rich. And I read Think and Grow Rich, great book. It's a great book to read, but I feel like I don't know why the power of the subconscious mind doesn't get talked more about than Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if maybe Think and Grow Rich has rich in the title, so people think that's the book that they need to read. This is just my opinion. But The Power of the Subconscious Mind was the first law of attraction book I've ever read. And it just, and every single time I read it, it's like this, right? It's interesting. I have like about 3 copies, and like I read them so much, I highlight them every single time, and they're worn and torn, and they're just like, even like the cover is off of some of them, so I was like, before I left, I was like, I need a book to read for the plane. And this book actually popped into my subconscious a few days ago, so I was like, oh, let me grab it. And I'm like, oh, I must have bought a new book to replenish my bookshelf, added another one. Sometimes I just grab it because I usually wear them out. Well, as I was reading it this weekend, I got to a part where it talks about healing your physical body through, your mind, your subconscious mind. And I looked down and I saw it was highlighted and written in, and it said prayer. And I looked at it and I realized it was my mom's handwriting. So that book that was on my bookshelf was actually a book that I had bought for her, not knowing that she had cancer. She didn't tell us, but it looked like that she was praying. But even in there, it also talks about, how sometimes that we imagine a prayer to be answered in our limited thinking of like, oh, I'm well, I'm healed in the physical, so that my prayer was answered. But I think if you're spiritual enough and in tune, that sometimes freedom from the body is a physical healing. It is a true healing. So I do believe that my mother's prayers were answered, and just seeing her handwriting was so touching to me. But yes, that is by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Monica, sorry, the chat's not working at the top. Kenneth Perry says, I had such a fantastic weekend. I partied, I rested, I felt ready for the week for once. Yes, it was such a great weekend. My inner self felt relaxed, watched the games. It was a different feeling from the last few days. It was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful weekend. It really was such a great day yesterday. But I want to talk about that book more in length because it just brought me back to, the fact that I'm not just a tarot reader, but I'm a teacher. I've always even in my birth chart, it says that I'm going to end up teaching. And that's just something that I want to convey to people, especially it's just always been such a passion for me to teach people how to create their reality. Because the fact of the matter is that we're always creating. We are always creating our reality, but a lot of times we're just allowing things to happen by circumstance, by chance, we're letting our reality, shape us instead of us taking control of it. And I think with that, I was thinking yesterday when I was on the plane, I was like, I might need to open the mentorship program back up again, just to do like a one-on-one type of coaching thing to help people realize their dreams, and I think the number one thing about everything is that I think as humans, we make things so much more difficult than they need to be. Like even the other day when I was telling you guys about certain techniques for manifestation, I had so many questions. And again, I came on to answer questions, but then and when I was done, I had more questions. And I'm just like, it's beautiful that you question things, but things like that, when it's just what it is, you make it harder for yourself than it needs to be. You really do. You really do. One of the things that I see a lot of people always ask, well, how long do you need to do it? How long do you need to do this technique before it manifests? How long do you need to do it? And one of the great things about The power of the subconscious mind is that Joseph Murphy has so many examples of people realizing their goals through different methods, and each one of them, it's different amount of days. My thing is this: if there is something that you desire, right, you truly, and that's one thing that It Works book says, is that you get the things that you are in earnest about, things that you truly desire, not just, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. But if it's something that you truly desire and you truly want, why is there a number on how many days that you visualize it? Why would you get tired visualizing something that you truly want? Because then if you're getting sick and tired of visualizing something that you truly want, then you might not want that thing, right? Because anytime I visualize something that I want, I get giddy, I get excited, I feel like I'm there experiencing that thing every time. So I never get tired of wanting that thing. And that goes along, I guess, when a lot of people they want money because they feel like money will solve their problems. Well, maybe you wish that you didn't have money problems, right? At all, right? Because money is always spent, it comes back, it's spent. You want the freedom of wealth. And I know people are tired of hearing that, but it can happen. When you imagine the freedom of wealth, everything else falls into place. Maybe you don't have the freedom of wealth because you don't know how to operate money. You don't know how to save it. You don't know how to utilize it. And so if you visualize the freedom of wealth, you'll still get the money, but now you'll also get the knowledge that comes with operating or using that tool. You'll also get the influx of business and customers and clients, but you'll also know how to operate it and use it. Okay. So just because you're not asking for a dollar amount doesn't mean that the money is not going to come. It's still going to come, but all these other things that are going to come with it that are going to be so beautiful that you are going to be able to keep the money. Okay. And that's one thing I see all the time. People asking, well, how long do I have to do this, Chelsea? How long just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I saw in the book one lady, for instance, an example. She had a legal battle. Okay. She had a legal battle. Husband died. His estranged kids wanted to take the money that he left her. And she saturated her mind and she said an affirmation, lulled herself to sleep. 10 days. The 11th day, the thing that she needed came through. Another person, it took them 3 days. Another person, it took them 7 days. Another person, it took them a month. But the key is, I'm seeing 12:12 on the clock, is that it's going to come. That's one thing you guys have to understand. You have to understand. You have to understand this. You have to understand this. If you don't understand anything else, understand this. If you don't stop, it will come. Period. Your success, the money, the marriage, the pregnancy, if you don't stop, it will come. Period. So however long it takes for you, however long it takes for them, don't focus on the amount of days. If you continue with saturating your mind every night before sleep, it will come. If you continue saying affirmations, it will come. If you continue visualization, it will come. If you continue robotic affirmations, it will come. The whole premise of one thing is better than the other, it's just an ideal that you may have heard someone say, oh, this really, really works for me. And you're like, oh, well, this must be the way. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which way you decide. There's manifestation techniques that work better for me, that will work better for someone else. The end result is saturating your mind, subconscious, conscious, subconscious. Subconscious works on autopilot. The conscious mind is what you control, what you feed yourself every single day. I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to get this thing. That's conscious. I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to get this thing. Eventually, your subconscious will pick up, we're going to get this thing. Okay, we're going to get this thing. Let's see how we're going to make it happen for Aries, because conscious is telling us we're going to get this thing. So we're going to get it. That's what the subconscious mind does. The subconscious never argues back. It never argues back against the conscious mind. So if you're telling yourself one day, I'm going to get this thing, I'm going to get this thing. And then the next day you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get this thing. My time has gone already. This is too hard for me. All of that, your subconscious doesn't argue against. It says, okay, well, they don't think they're going to get it. We're not going to give it to them. That is why it's so important to gain momentum in the thing that you desire, that you want, because your subconscious never argues against what you feed it. Never. That's why you have to put into it what you want. If you're constantly going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it's going to pick that up as well. And so if you grasp that, it's really so easy. It really is so easy. The most difficult part is breaking through the blocks that you put on yourself, you place on yourself. I'm having this conversation because the card that came out is Queen Nefertiti, which talks about alchemy. And that's what alchemy is. That is all it is. Using what you have, using your power, using your words, using your energy to create what you want. It's magic, right? Okay. So use this energy right now. Even at the bottom of the deck is manifestation. Use this energy right now because it is very powerful right now, especially with this lunar eclipse, especially with the energy that we're just getting off of this weekend. It's very powerful. Live in the end with the Four of Wands here. You decide on where you want to go next with the renewal or the judgment card here, right? And then the strength card is having the willpower and the determination to continue the focused attention in the right direction, not ping-ponging back and forth, not letting external circumstances trip you up and say, well, then maybe we're not going to get it because this thing just happened. Or maybe it's not going to happen for me because the doctor just told me I have this illness, so maybe it's not going to happen for me. Persist. That's what the strength card is saying here. Persist through it all, right? And you will create what you desire here. All right? So that is what I have for you guys. And we'll have this talk longer in detail, and I'll show you the books, and I highlighted some things I want to read to you guys. But I do have to go. I gotta go get my pups. All right. So talk to you later. Bye-bye.